Oh, yeah.
Come on, brother.
The world is expecting him, but it doesn't know him. He comes in quiet. Since you don't know me, I'm coming without observation. It don't mean you can't see me. You just don't know what you're looking at. So you're looking but can't see. You cannot observe.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
See, and men of that kind of power, they can come just like we come. You don't know me. I don't know you. I can't look at you and see what's in your brain. You can't look at me and see what is in my brain. But if I demonstrate, you can say, ooh.
Go ahead.
Like sometimes you meet a man that's a master at his art,
Come on, brother.
karate, and you walk up on him, he's so humble, you feel you could knock him down. Look, nigga, don't tell me. You jump all in his face and he acts cool and backs up. You say, I told you that nigga was scared of me. And then you see him in a demonstration, you say, oh my God. I almost got myself killed.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So you don't know anybody just by looking at them. You only know them by the demonstration that they make manifest. Do you hear me? Yes, so there was no sense for him to talk, because talk would not make the people believe. He had to demonstrate who he was. And how would he demonstrate? Boy, he chose a difficult thing to do. He would come to the west and he would walk among the dead. And to show his power, he would raise one from the dead. Now that's very heavy. That's really something. Now you figure, look, you know somebody that you love is dead? Yeah, a lot of people. Suppose I said to you, you know somebody that you love is dead, I'd like to bring them back for you. You say, wait a minute. I mean, I love them, but I don't know whether I'm ready to see them.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Are you sure you can do that? Sure.
Go ahead.
Where did you bury him? And if you took me out to the cemetery and I said a few words and whatnot, and all of a sudden they start coming up out that casket, either you drop dead from fright, or you would know that this man got some extraordinary power, because he can do something that no man had ever done before. Now, Master Farad Muhammad didn't do that. But he did something equal to and superior to that. To show forth his power, I just want you to see something. He takes an unlearned man who only completed the 4th grade of school, on welfare. He meets him in Detroit. And he teaches this man for 3 years and 4 months. That's all. And he says, well, in other words, you got it now. Go ahead. I'm with you, but I have my own work I have to do. And I will meet you at another time. And he leaves. Nobody knows where he went. He's just gone. But he leaves a witness of himself behind. And then everybody jumps on his man. And they rise up against him, claiming that he's a false man. They bring him to prison, they chase him, they try to kill him, but after 12 years, he's out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And he begins to grow right in America. The government is aware of him. They bring him before the courts and say, Elijah, you trying to make your people Muslims. He said, but your people only love sport and play and fornication and rolling of the dice and drinking hard liquor. And Elijah Muhammad looked at him and said, it has been that way. He said, trying to make your people Muslims, Elijah, is like putting pants on an elephant. He said, well, I got one pant leg on already. Now look, the judge know who he's looking at. He lets him go. Let him go and work among you, because he's made you so deaf, dumb, and blind, he don't think that any of you will listen to Elijah, because Elijah has an impediment of speech. He doesn't speak necessarily a very articulate language, so he laughs at him and thinks you won't hear him. So Elijah goes to work right in your midst, preaches the doom of the government, and then opens up the mind of the white man and goes right to the root of his brain and said, your father made you a devil. Your father was Yaqub, one of our black scientists. Now wait a minute. All of y'all say, oh hell, that's mythology. Mythology, my foot. Nigga, the white man is here. How the hell did he get here? He's not a myth. And what produced him is not a myth. And he's a baby on the earth. Where did he come from? If you are asleep and the white man is awake, when did you go to sleep? And if a white man is ruling you asleep, you can't judge him as wise. He's not wise ruling you asleep. He'll only be considered great if he can rule you after you are awake. And there is no awakened black man on earth that the white man can rule. Not one. You dead. You got eyes, but you can't see. Ears can't hear. Tongue can't speak. You on a dead level. You live like the lower animals, though you were made to be in the likeness of God himself. So he raised one man up from the dead, Elijah. Elijah means God is with us. For unto us, child is born. The name Emmanuel means God is present. How do you know God is present? Because the blind can see, the deaf hear, the dumb speak, the lame walk, and the dead are being raised to life. Niggas who were afraid of everything and everybody stand up boldly and talk to the enemy and back the enemy up. That's what Malcolm was. He was a convict that Elijah touched. And you saw the presence of God in Malcolm X. Malcolm was different than Martin. Martin would want to get along with white folk. Malcolm kicked their backside, brother. White people feared Malcolm. They pushed and promoted Dr. King, but they condemned Malcolm until Dr. King got some more strength and started opposing the government. Then they condemned them both. Now this man, Farrakhan Muhammad, that we've never seen, but his guidance was in Elijah Muhammad. And Elijah put the guidance all out there in the public. Now you find yourself thinking thoughts that black men never thought before. It is not an accident. You don't just come up with thinking. Dead people do not think. So if you're thinking today, somebody caused you to think. Somebody acted on you or your mother. The books you're reading today have been affected by Elijah Muhammad. all your scholarship, you black nationalists that don't want to recognize Elijah Muhammad, you not quoting all out of Garvey. You quoting Garvey, you quoting Noble Drew Ali, but you heavily copying Elijah Muhammad. But you don't use his name, you use Malcolm's name. But when you use Malcolm, you're saying Elijah because Malcolm was Elijah's student.